In this video, we are going to see how we can retrieve existing documents available in our collection and show it to the user by accessing these documents via command shell or Node Express code. So in order to do that, there is a method called find. We have briefly seen this already in previous video. So all you need to do is in the command shell, write the command db dot the collection name, for example students dot find. So for example, we have this already seen this. Let's clear this. So in order to explain the functionality of find, I have created another collection called students. We are not going to use the users now. So we will be using the students collection, which have already been populated with all the students who are in our advanced web tech SS20 course. So in order to see the list of all the documents in the collection, we have db dot collection name, which is students, and then we just say find. So with this, you can see that all the students, all the documents which are available in a collection are displayed. So for example, right now I have created a document for each student which has a name and a program and a group. So we will use this as a kind of sample collection to see different features and functionalities of the find command. So the basic command is to retrieve all the documents. So but you don't always require all the information, so you usually have some criteria to get the data. How you can provide the criteria is that you can specify the field and its value in the find method, and then it will automatically retrieve all those documents which fulfills this criteria. For example, let's say if you want to find let's say we use the word find, and then we apply the criteria that the program should be only AI. So when we try to execute this, we see only two documents. For example, that there are only two students in this course who belongs to AI, Julia and Constance. So this way you can apply different kind of filters. For example, let's say we want to see the students who are part of group 3 only. So we say group and then 3. Now we see that there are 3 students in group 3, Julia, Constant and Tamanna. So this way you can apply filters on different fields that are already existing in the collection. Okay, so while defining these criteria, you can apply different conditional operators. For example, and conditions. So let's say you want to see the student who belongs to ISC and also group 3. So this way you can define kind of AND operation, and it's very easy to do that. For example, we want students who belongs to ISC program. Let's say we add program, I think ISE space CE, and then we specify another attribute with comma group 3. So what it will do is it will do the AND operation, and we see that there is only one user or one student, Tamanna, who belongs to ISC, and she is part of group 3. So this way you can perform AND operation. But let's say if you need to provide OR operation, so in order to do that you have to add a specific operator called $OR, and when you provide this $OR, then MongoDB will know that I have to perform OR operation on this on the criteria which has been specified in this array. So for example, if you try to copy this code, we can easily get this code from here. So, this is insert, no, there it is. So it should be here. So OR conditions, let's copy this, and then when you try to run it, let's clear the screen. So db.students.find or program AI and or So we want to find all the student who belongs to program AI or group 1. So as you can see, we see all the students from group 1, 1 2 3 4 students from group 1, and also we see student from group 3 which fulfills the other criteria that they belong to program AI. So this way we can perform OR queries. There is another operator, in operator, we can use to specify list of values that needs to which we need to get the data. For example, we say we need to get the user who belongs to group 3 or 5. So group in 3 comma 5, what this will do is it will list all the students who are in group 3 or group 5. So it's kind of, so this way you can assign multiple values to a same attribute. This is a simple operation which you can perform on both string or text or numerical values, but there are operations which are specific to the numerical fields, which is greater than and less than operator. So let's say we want to see all the students who are in group with an ID greater than 2 and less than 4. So if we execute this, then we will get the user or students who belongs to, let's say, group 3, because greater than 2 and less than 4 is group 3. Similarly, if you have a kind of numerical field, then you can perform this greater than and less than operators on them to get the data or between the data you like. Of course, you can always use a single one, greater than 2 or only less than 4 or both together. So it's up to you. Okay, so these are the different operators that you can perform on the read query. But as you will see that when you run the query, let's say db.student.find program AI, you see this data. But it is not always the case that you want all the data to be returned. Especially, for example, if you are returning in a big data scenario, lots and hundreds and thousands of records, you don't want unused data to be returned, because that would be cost you a lot of performance issue. So in order to only return selected attributes, there is an option to project which returns only selected attributes or selected fields. So what we can do is we can specify which fields to return. For example, in this we said find condition is still the same, program AI, but with the comma we specify name 1 and group 1. This 1 indicates that this item should be returned, and what do we see is that in the result we get ID, name and group. Now the program is not available, program is not coming in the result, but you can still see that the ID is still there, even though it was not specified in the projection query that it should be returned. So what MongoDB does is that in order to remove the ID, you have to explicitly remove it. So how you can do that? You have to say _ID 0, and once you execute this query, what you will get is only name and group. So as soon as you add one of the field to be returned, then all the fields which are not mentioned are automatically excluded. So you have to specify all the field that needs to be returned. This is how you can return the data which you only require, and this is very important, especially in case when you are returning a large amount of data and you also need to transmit that data to let's say your front end via web via this HTTP links. So you should only send the information which is required.